Hi everyone, I'm Chris.
And this is Milton with the Sports Truth. And of course,
The truth will set you free.
The truth will set you free, and it wouldn't be complete without Matt Gucciani here.
Yeah, the Gucci's back in the house.
All right, so the first thing that we're going to discuss are our 5 hot topics. I want to start off with Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get to the first 5 topics,
right.
let's get the elephant out of the room right now.
Fat elephant. Yeah.
Okay,
we're
the
looking
big
at
fat
him.
elephant. There's this big jinx that's like floating around. So, guys, just so you know, Chris had this out-of-body, very poltergeisty experience this
Yeah, I
morning.
did.
And what I actually think it is, I'm going to be that little lady in Poltergeist with the glasses. And I actually think it's the ghost of Milton's jinx.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
For this podcast and going forward, Milton is not allowed to say anything right, wrong, or indifferent about the Padres.
Agreed.
All right, I will stay off of that. Yeah, I think I actually jinxed one of my own teams, which was the Jazz. I busted out the Carlos Boozer Jazz jersey, and because I thought the Jazz had it. I mean, Kawhi Leonard was out, so easy win. But that wasn't the case. Surprised.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, and it was crazy because the Jazz were like hitting 72% of their 3-point shots, but everybody on the Clippers was doing their part. I think you'll appreciate this being a soccer coach, Matt. You ever had those times where either one of your players got ejected or you're just playing with 10 instead of 11? Right? Is it 11 or 10?
No, 11.
11, yeah.
11.
And you end up finding out that you're doing much better because every person on there has to make up for the loss of that one person.
Okay, I've had that happen to me over my almost 11 years coaching club soccer.
Yeah,
I've had that happen to me many times, especially in tournaments.
yeah,
Because when you're doing tournaments, they're usually in the summer, and then, even though you're doing club and people are paying for it, the parents still have these untimely vacations and
yeah,
whatnot.
for sure.
And you're like, man, this is the biggest tournament, and then
Right.
I'm missing players. So I've actually been in the situation multiple times with my girls team and my boys team where we had one tournament where you start 11.
Yeah,
We played with 9
Wow.
the whole tournament,
yeah,
no subs,
Okay.
down 2 players, and we still won.
yeah.
And I was so proud of the guys because it's like you said, when your back's up against the wall and you can get them to elevate their game
Yep.
and just be like, I don't care what the odds are against us, and they just play. I'm like, man, if you guys played like this all the time,
Yeah.
when you have everybody,
Right.
just think of what you could do.
But they don't because they're like, oh, let the star forward score all the
100%.
goals. I'll play back on defense. So I think that's what happened with the Clippers. I mean, you had Morris hitting shots. Everyone was hitting shots. It like didn't matter. And then I just had that gut feeling like, oh my God, my Jazz is gonna lose this game 5. Which game 5, if you win, I think you win the series like 80-90% of the time. All right, so we'll get back to our hot topics.
Of course.
So Aaron Rodgers. So management this week, I don't know if you caught it, said that Rodgers could be a difficult person to deal with. And this person, I'm not sure if he was the president of the Packers or who he was, but brought up Ron Wolf, who was with the Packers when Favre was there. And I guess he had said the same thing. And I'm thinking, like, really? You want to resolve this issue? So you're going to go on some interview and say that Rodgers is the difficult one. You know what? I mean, I just don't see him coming back to the Packers. I mean, did Tom Brady, after he hinted that he wanted out of New England, did he go back to New England? No. Right? He went to the Bucks and won a Super Bowl. I mean, who does that? They
no
go
big
to a
deal.
different team. Yeah, exactly. Deshaun Watson, we don't know yet, but I'm almost 100% sure he's not coming back to the Texans because the Texans are
Putrid.
Putrid.
Yes.
They're a mess. And so why would Aaron Rodgers not bail? I mean, Tom Brady did and Deshaun Watson did. So, yeah, it's just if there was ever a chance that Rodgers was going to come back, the Packers brass just like
Evaporated it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
gone.
Saying he's a difficult dude.
Like, they're the difficult ones.
Yeah,
It's so
exactly.
funny.
When I heard that, I
The
was like,
irony.
okay, Packers are going to suck this year.
Yeah.
And Rodgers, I'm not sure what he's going to do. Be traded, sit out, retire temporarily, and then come back. Yeah, exactly.
To get out of there, yeah.
So, all right. Next one is the amazing series between the Nets and who are they playing? Dang it.
The Nets and the who?
Who the Nets playing? I just drew a blank.
The Bucks,
The Bucks. That's what. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
who just forced a game 7.
Who
Yep.
just forced the game
Wow.
7. Yeah, they do
Crazy.
some amazing defense at Kevin Durant. He was still making his shots, but they wore him out. And I know they wore him out because he had 7 turnovers. So
But you seen him in game 5, he was like, out otherworldly.
he was the best player on the planet. And you know what's funny is that he had, I said for, that's a mango one because I said you like the mango flavor.
course.
All right. So, yeah, I said pretty much for them to win, Durant had to score 50 points. He had 49 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists. I mean,
Close.
that is a monster triple-double. But even though he had that game, he had that game despite Harden playing. Oh, my God. Harden, I got his stats right here. 5 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. But he was 1 for 10 from the field and 0 for 8 from the 3-point line and had 4 turnovers.
Your favorite player, Matt?
Yeah, and then now I was like, okay, I get what Matt is saying, that Harden is a
Harden's-
jinx, you
is
know? I
jinx,
mean,
yeah.
he was a jinx on the Rockets, and
Yeah.
he almost cost them the game. And it made perfect sense because Steve Nash is a rookie head coach that, you know, I mean, he has amazing players playing for him, but who's on his bench? His old coach, Mike D'Antoni. I'm sure Mike D'Antoni whispered in his ear, hey, let's put...
Another person I can't stand.
Yeah,
there we go, 2
exactly.
people.
So I'm not sure if the Nets are going to win this all just because you have D'Antoni on the bench, you have James, or you have Harden on the... So, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, D'Antoni, man, with that terrible mustache. Reminds
Tell him to
reminds
shave
me
it.
Wasn't
of,
he your Lakers coach for a little while?
yes, it was the
shave
worst
it.
ever. Like, I was begging him to go. I didn't like anybody but him. I'd rather come coach than him.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I'm
he
sure
reminded
you do
me
a
of
better job.
my stepdad
Uh-huh.
back in the day when my mom first hooked up with him, and
Yeah.
he was like store manager, a Vietnam vet.
Oh,
and,
my
and,
God,
And they were like
stop.
identical, and he was like all hard ass all the time, and I'm like, ugh. It just reminds me. When I saw D'Antoni, it just reminded me
my
of that.
God, that's
I went
pretty
right
bad.
back. It was horrible.
Navy SEAL, right? And had 100 confirmed kills in Afghanistan,
Ugh,
right? That's what I
terrible.
was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, D'Antoni's terrible. Just look at his little smug face.
So I think sometimes you can have, what is it? Let me say this right. Addition by subtraction, right? So, because one person will mess up the whole
Yeah,
chemistry.
so tell Harden to go stay on the couch.
Yeah, it didn't make sense why he was playing because in the beginning it didn't seem like the first quarter Kevin Durant wasn't really involved. I was like, dude, take the ball. You're the best player on the planet. And then eventually in the game, that's what he started to do. It should be a hell of a game 7. I mean, I'm gonna put my money on Kevin Durant.
No.
Oh,
What did we
no,
just
oh,
say?
No, oh no.
What did we just
All
say?
right, I hope
everyone bet on the other team immediately. It's too late. He said it. Everyone
I
bet on the
know,
other team
I'm
immediately.
sorry,
You're
I'm
going to make
sorry.
all the money.
So
What did we
yeah,
say?
I mean, it was just funny watching it because I was like, okay, I get why Matt doesn't like Harden. It makes perfect sense.
All right.
All right, we're moving on to the Steelers. They have a new offensive coordinator named Matt Canada.
Never heard of him.
I know I haven't heard of him either.
Did you hear about his brother in Mexico?
His grandparents NAFTA.
Yeah, NAFTA.
So the owner, which is Art Rooney Jr. or whatever it is,
Yeah.
not the original one because he's long dead, long
Rest in
time ago.
peace.
Yeah, rest
Yep.
in peace,
Yep.
exactly. One of the original owners.
Yep.
But he said that the Steelers were going to be a running team. Do you have issues with owners putting their hands in the cookie jar?
Yeah, because you see over the years, like Jerry Jones done it forever. And,
Perfect example.
And it never works out. Mark Cuban does it also.
Oh, no.
And also, it rarely it works out. You just, everybody's got to know.
Know
Like
their
that commercial, commercial.
Uh-huh.
I love that commercial with the dude that's doing the tattaoo, and the guy's like, "Hey, you gotta stay in your lane, bro."
Yes,
you
that's
gotta
the
stay in
best
your
line.
lane. Look, if you're the owner, be the owner.
Oh,
You
that's a
hire
good
general
one.
managers and presence of player personnel and whatnot.
Just let them do their thing,
handle
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody should stay in their lane.
I probably quoted that line like probably 100 times, and my wife quotes it back to me. Stay in your lane, bro.
Stay in your lane,
So
bro.
funny. I mean, so if Najee Harris
Yeah.
has a Pro Bowl type season, what does that mean for the Steelers?
they're staying with their identity. They've always been a run heavy.
No,
team.
but I mean, like, what's
What
the
do you mean?
results of that?
Eventually get to the playoffs.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you're
think they're
saying
gonna win.
playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Eventually, yeah.
What do they have to do to win the division? Because you got the Browns and Ravens. I mean, is that even a possibility? Give me
No, but
percentages
if they
of
can
the
get back to
Steelers.
their old way of
Yeah.
just like ground and pound,
Uh-huh.
and Najee Harris can step up, because I mean, let's face it, Big Ben is getting older, and
Yes.
he's like, if this isn't his last season,
I should be.
This is-
Join
second to
Rivers
last
and
season.
Eli, man.
so
Yeah.
they can't,
Right,
they
right,
can't
yeah.
rely on him to do
Yeah.
everything anymore.
Yeah.
If they can get back to kind of like that Patriot ball and the Steelers ball, where
Yeah.
you know, it's more that like slow down the tempo, and it's just like, you know, just relentless pounding you at the line of scrimmage, and
Yeah.
way more run heavy, and then, you know, they have the receivers to sprinkle that stuff in.
So basically, go back to Jerome Bettis type thing.
Yeah,
Like, pound that
Jerome
ball,
Bettis.
play good defense, and then
Yeah.
I still don't see them winning the AFC North. I mean, Najee Harris and everything works out with Matt Canada. Then they'll get in the playoffs, but I think they'll get bounced.
Reminds
right
me
out.
of-
Actually, Matt K, he might be cousins of Ron Mexico.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, Mexico.
Good old Ron Mexico.
You know, I think Najee Harris might have a LaDainian Tomlinson type season because, you know, he comes in, he gets to be the cowbell back, he gets all the like 30 carries.
yeah,
you know,
and
he
you know
could do
what?
it.
You got
No
good
pressure.
You got good wide receivers in
Yeah.
Chase Claypool and Juju
Yep.
Smith-Schuster.
He could literally do
I think
it.
the line's a little banged up. There's
Yeah.
some retirement and there's some
and
injuries.
the
yeah.
Chargers plucked the players off the
Yeah, I
They
saw
They
took-
that.
took one of their guards, right?
yeah, Matt Feller.
Yeah.
And then Pouncey retired. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the
you know
only
what?
thing I see, though. The only parallel between the Chargers and Steelers.
No,
is,
speaking
like,
of-
Najee
speaking
Harris,
of
like, LT.
Steelers-
Yes.
Or former Steelers.
Yeah.
How about I was thinking about this the other day. How about the comments by Le'Veon Bell?
Oh, that's a good one.
No.
Because
Yeah.
listen, you know, that guy just made a series of errors. Like he
Yes.
he was well on his way to a Pro Bowl or to maybe a Hall of Fame
Hall of
career,
Fame
right?
career, yeah.
A perennial Pro Bowler,
Yep.
Hall of Fame career. He had everything going for him, kind of like Antonio Brown did.
yeah,
Same
perfect
thing. I don't know what the
example.
deal is. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
The Steelers,
the grass for some reason always
Yeah.
looks greener, but they had a phenomenal situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he decides to sit out a year, loses $40 million, then doubles down and goes to the Jets of all
Jets!
places
With
that at
getting
the
more
time
money.
are like
Oh, my
the
God.
absolute like horrid franchise.
Yeah.
Not Jets with Robert Saleh, where there's a future and hope.
Right, exactly.
But
No,
one
this
with
is like-
Adam Gase, possibly
Yeah.
the worst coach of all time. Yeah, it's
Then,
bad.
Yeah, it's
luckily, he gets sent to Kansas City.
Yeah, dream.
A dream, like
then
he's
it
in
says
a
he doesn't want
perfect,
to.
like
Yeah.
like a offense that's just a juggernaut.
Yeah.
Doesn't really do much, and then like says all these comments to Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about, you know what? Because I still think that the Chargers need like one more back.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
I don't
my
think
God.
I don't think
Stop.
Eckler
So you're
can.
making room for him?
Le'Veon Bell to the Chargers? Are you crazy? Imagine
mean, if he
gets-
has
if goes
something
Pro
left,
Bowl
it's
But if
level.
he has,
nothing to-
because
yeah.
he should have something left. But did
Yeah.
he just basically talk himself out of any job?
I think
He
so.
might have, yeah, but
Yeah.
you never know. The Raiders might be desperate enough to take him. You know, Raiders like
No,
to take bad people.
but you got to think back when he was actually
he was
firing
balling.
for
yeah.
the Steelers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He was tearing it up.
He's awesome. Like that guy was so patient for waiting for the holes.
Yeah.
Like he's
Dual
got the
threat.
skills if he's in the right situation. But man, I just wonder what's going on in his head.
I know.
Yeah,
Imagine-
don't the famous saying, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you,"
Right.
and he did. And he's
No,
probably gonna
especially
pay
like
for it.
Andy Reid right now is arguably like the most beloved coach in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
especially his walrus mustache. We all love it.
And his cool Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Got
We
the
love
lockdown.
I thought the walrus was Mike Holmgren.
Nah,
No,
no, it's Andy
No,
Reid's taking
they're like
over.
cousins.
Yeah.
They're
Cousins.
Yeah.
I think he's got the lock on Tommy Bahama.
Yep.
Definitely. All right, moving on to our next question, or topic.
Topic.
Which, and I'll leave this up to you guys, and I'll throw my 2 cents in there. Which quarterback is under the most pressure this year, and why? And there's tons of
You
candidates.
first,
so
buddy. I already got mine. I'll
you
let
already
you
got
go
yours.
first.
All
though.
right.
I'll let him think. You know.
Oh.
Before I say mine.
Where do you want me to start?
He said one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go the Rodgers deal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Well,
No, because like,
no, let's
Is
start.
he even
Let's start
starting?
with.
Like honestly.
Dude, let's start with Derek Carr.
there we
Derek-
go.
oh
Derek
wow, I
Carr
didn't even
is-
have that on my list.
Derek,
Okay.
dude, Derek Carr has been in all these talks for trade rumors. Like it's constantly like, oh no, me and Gruden have this
Right.
phenomenal relationship. But then anybody that's up, Deshaun Watson, Rodgers,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
they should be traded to the Raiders. Let's go to the Raiders. Oh,
Yeah.
the Raiders are gonna make a play for
Right.
it. You know, Derek Carr is like on this hot seat
Yeah.
that I think he knows unwritten that he is, even though everybody's like playing that it's not. But 100% Derek Carr is on the hot seat.
Okay, that's an interesting one. I mean, I didn't have it here, but it doesn't mean that. Okay, cool. What do you got?
Herbert.
Really?
Herbert got a new
Okay.
system, got a new coach.
All right.
Second year is always the hardest for new quarterbacks.
That
If he
is
doesn't
true. That is
deliver,
true. Yeah.
everyone's gonna doubt him.
Okay, because
He has a lot of
elevated
pressure.
so
he
high.
broke all the records. How can
That's
you
funny. I
top
don't have
that?
him on here either.
How can you top that? He needs to top it. Otherwise, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, he's slipping. He's a
Right.
bust again."
But
so he
then
has a
again,
lot of
he could
pressure.
also have a Mahomes. Mahomes had a phenomenal second.
That's true. Yeah, he could do that too. Then there you go.
and then
50 touchdowns.
look at the Ravens.
Lamar as well.
Same
See?
thing. Lamar
Yeah,
did
in
too.
his second year,
Did they
he
both get
exploded.
MVPs in their second year?
Yeah, I'm just saying though, if
There you
he
go.
doesn't deliver though, there's gonna be a lot
Another
of
guy
doubters.
that's on there,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
in my opinion,
Yeah.
Let me see if it's on my
because
list.
I'm not a big fan of him at all.
Who?
Yeah,
Is Kirk Cousins.
Oh yeah, you're right.
not on my
I don't
list
like
either.
Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Okay, so
Yeah,
so
definitely.
their roster right now. This is probably the
Vikings.
best roster that the Vikings have had in a long time.
Yeah, and it's Kirk freaking Cousins.
So he has
really.
everything
Yeah.
set up for him.
He's still gonna
If
fail.
he can't deliver, that's a problem. And
Yeah.
another person that's in that identical situation
Uh-huh.
is Daniel Jones.
Yes,
Yes,
I hate to say it.
Giants.
He's
I hate
at
to
the
say
top
it
of
for
my
a guy
list.
that's a Duke guy,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah.
they've gone out.
We're not interested in Duke football. We're just
Yeah,
basketball.
basketball.
So F them.
but they went out and got all these pieces.
Yes.
Yes.
And so
Holiday.
right, because now they're
Yeah,
gonna
Galladay, who
I
knows
mean,
which one.
Yeah, exactly.
Kadarius
I
Toney.
watched it. Yeah, he's
You know,
amazing.
Rudolph.
Gator.
like they went and got all these pieces for him because he's got turnover issues.
Yeah, I
He
know.
does.
I know.
And so if he continues to have the same issues, then obviously it's not
screwed.
the rest of
Yeah.
the team, it's him.
I think this is his third year, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, I'll just quickly go through. I mean, I had Jimmy Garoppolo on there.
Well, yeah.
No, I mean, just imagine this. I mean, you're a
You have
year
everything.
removed
Yeah.
from, or 2 years removed from going to the Super Bowl. You got a 24-9 record, and you're gonna supposedly start. Even though I've read some other things that they might start Trey Lance.
Put Trey Lance.
Yeah, especially
in.
you're playing the Lions and the Eagles.
Yeah,
What
forget
better
Garoppolo.
way, you know? And I mean, he makes one mistake, one interception.
That's it.
I mean,
Hot
that
seat.
there's no more pressure than that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and he's trying to build a resume so he can be traded to another team. So,
I still say Justin Herbert though, because
Yeah.
if he doesn't get 20 to 30 touchdowns,
I got
'cause of
Matthew
everyone he has.
Stafford. You know, because they have the Rams ranked consistently in the top 5.
it's
I'm
because
like,
of Aaron Donald. That's literally the only reason no one can block him. Even if you double team him, he still gets through. That's literally it.
Yeah.
And Jalen Ramsey, like,
And
okay.
then I think Kyler Murray. It's his third year. You know, and
That's my boy right
I
there.
know. I thought
I feel
that's,
bad for him,
that's
too.
what you were gonna say.
That's my sec-
I don't
he doesn't have a
I
lot
don't
of
have
pressure.
Kyler Murray on the
yeah, he doesn't have pressure.
I think he's all right. And they got a ton of weapons.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, if he doesn't deliver, that's
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah,
It's whatever.
no, that's true.
I'm just saying I feel bad for
I mean,
second-year
but yeah,
quarterbacks.
but look at the flip. You said Stafford,
Yeah.
but look at the flip over to Detroit.
Yeah, goofy Goff. Yuck.
Yeah, so I mean,
He doesn't have pressure though. He already knows he's bust. It's whatever.
That's true.
Yeah. So just throw it.
Good point.
Goofy Goff.
All right, and the last hot topic: who's the best player in the NBA today? If you had to redraft the entire NBA,
you
your
suck.
first pick of who you want, and there's tons of them. You can go with
first,
amazing
buddy.
shooters.
You
You
first.
could go with
I already
dominant
have
big
mine, but
men.
Go ahead.
And then I'll go over the first, second, and third teams for the NBAs and get your
Yeah,
guys'
sure.
comment on
Go
that.
ahead, buddy.
So,
just off the top of my head,
yeah.
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
Okay. I can't argue with that. I mean, any guy who could pull up from half court and just, I mean,
I'm the casual, so
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
no,
say
it's okay.
either Stephen Curry or
Or-
Kevin Durant, whichever.
Kevin
one.
Durant, yeah.
Kevin
No,
Durant.
that's a good
Either
one, too.
I'm the casual.
I was on the fence for both
yeah,
of them.
I don't know.
For sure.
I'm
You
the
can't-
filthy casual.
and to
when
think
it comes
that they were
basketball.
both
I
on
just
the
can't
same
go for
team.
Kevin
Yeah.
Durant because he's a bandwagon player, man.
Ah.
He's a ring chaser, man.
He is a ring
However,
chaser.
I will say,
yeah.
if for some reason somehow the stars align and Curry decides to move his way to LA,
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I'll gladly
That'd be
take him.
crazy. Hell no.
Take Curry or Durant for the Lakers?
No, I don't
Oh,
want Durant.
You don't want Durant?
You want
Oh, okay.
Stephen Curry.
No,
So he's at the end of his
'cause
career.
I
He
know
wants to pull LeBron.
LeBron's
Yeah.
been talking to Curry
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh, he
Yeah.
has. Okay.
Yeah. Come on
so,
over,
so
buddy.
Curry happens to come over,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
and people will say,
Stop.
"Oh, that might be
That's
like
the power
ring."
couple right there.
I'm
That's
fine
a
with
ring
that. I
right
won't have
there.
any problems.
That's
with
a
that.
that's a chip right
I'll
there.
let Kevin Durant know that he is not welcome
Sorry,
to the
KD.
Lakers. Okay. Come back to the
All right,
West
what's your
Coast.
three teams?
Oh yeah, no, this is
no.
what they came out for the NBA. So first
Oh.
team was Curry,
Okay.
Luka, Jokic, which won the MVP, Kawhi Leonard,
Oh,
Giannis.
so my other boy, Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
From
sec-
SDSU, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
from SDSU.
Wonder how he
Second
dominated.
team was Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Embiid, Julius Randle, and LeBron James.
He got second team. Lol.
He got second
He
team.
usually gets first team.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
he
I'm
was
like, he's
injured,
slipping. Yeah,
and
he's slipping.
Yeah, and Lakers didn't do too
They
well.
bounced out, yeah.
And then third team is Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, Rudy Gobert, Jimmy Butler, and Paul George. Who got left off the list?
Obviously, James Harden. I mean, come on, we gotta go. We gotta go with our boy right here, Matt's favorite player of all time.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, who got left out?
I mean, there's
though,
a
for real?
major
Jokes
omission.
aside, jokes
Okay.
aside, I gotta
Yeah.
know what he thinks.
Okay,
No
there's
spoilers.
No,
No,
I'm not
he
gonna say
figures it
anything.
out,
I mean,
yeah.
there's a couple, but there's one
I'm
major
the
one.
filthy
Like,
casual.
really?
Yes, really.
I guess he's honorable mention, even though. I don't
No,
know.
he doesn't even get that,
Doesn't it
dude.
jump off the page?
Donovan Mitchell is not on
he's
anything?
not on. He's not. He didn't even make third team. Dude, he's the
Uh-oh.
number one player on the number
Uh-oh.
one team.
Yeah. I
So
love how your
average-
voice cracked on air. Good job.
Yeah,
So emotional.
yeah. I mean, there's a couple other ones too. Devin Booker didn't make it. and
Yeah, Devin Booker should, in my opinion,
should be on there
At
for sure.
least third team,
Third,
right? If
yeah.
not second. So I'm
no,
not sure
dude,
who's
he's lights
doing-
out. I would say
Yeah.
Devin Booker. That would be like the biggest snub would be Devin Booker.
You got snubbed?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
You heard it here first, Devin Booker. We got your back, buddy.
Even though you beat my Lakers, I will say
Yep.
you should have been there.
The sports truth.
Devin Booker to the Lakers.
Stop.
Oh.
No, I want a dream
Sometime
team,
in the
man.
future.
I gotta make a dream team for basketball and send it to Matt and see what he says.
Okay. All right.
Alright.
One of my favorites. Love doing this. We're doing 5 random questions.
Oh no. Is he gonna stump me,
No,
guys?
I don't think I'm
Find
gonna
out.
stump you with anything.
He
on
says
here.
that, but he stumped
Yeah.
me once ish, kind of.
Kind of,
on a
kind of.
basic one, I was like, oh crap.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Excuse me. What was your favorite toy growing up?
My favorite toy growing up was my Godzilla action figure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Was it a big ass one?
No, it was
little
the
one? Okay.
posable. It was the green one. So it was
Okay.
from. It was like the Godzilla and Godzuki cartoon, the American one. That's what it was from.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So just loved playing with it.
I mean, I
it
still
everywhere.
love Godzilla to this day. I just watch Godzilla vs.
Do you have
Kong.
it somewhere, like, or is it gone? Like,
I still have
oh,
it.
You still have it.
It's in storage somewhere.
It's
but
stored
it's my
somewhere.
favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my favorite one.
You already know what mine's gonna be.
Say it.
I don't.
I don't know.
It's my Star Wars collection.
Okay.
There we go.
And my Star Wars figures are like still like when I look at them.
Yeah.
And mind you, I still have 2 storages full of them. The originals.
Gotta come over
Wow.
and check them out. I
So
gotta
like
look at 'em.
when I open it up, it literally
Wow.
like the heavens open up and it just says. Oh.
Is it like when Pulp Fiction opens
Yes,
up the
it's
suitcase
totally
and
like
it's
Pulp
just
Fiction.
like
It's like the
glowing?
briefcase, man. It is
Yeah.
the golden glow.
Yes.
You know what?
100%.
I read a thing the other day. This is sort of jumping to another tangent, but
How dare you?
it was like 50 things you didn't know about Pulp Fiction. I
Yeah.
started reading all these things, and you should check it out because, like, you think you know Pulp Fiction
You don't.
because you've seen it a bunch of
Yeah.
times, and I've seen it a
You
bunch of
don't.
times, and it's if you get a
You know
chance.
what's in the suitcase?
No, they said they wanted to leave it to the imagination.
But what do you
and
think it is?
I have
Glowing
no
lights,
idea.
gold bars. You know, something glowing.
I have no idea.
A lava
I
lemp?
mean, sort of. That's the nice thing
No,
about
the
it
big
is the
big
mystery.
rumor. It
What's
was
the rumor?
Marcellus Wallace's soul.
Yeah, that's what it said
His
in those
soul?
50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wow, for me, God, I mean, my
That's for you.
childhood was nothing but toys. I
Yep.
mean, you're talking Star Wars and G.I. Joe and Transformers, but
He-Man.
He-Man, yeah. Oh man,
I had a ton of D&D figs too.
Oh yeah.
A whole collection.
Man, we gotta play D&D. I gotta drag Milton.
Yeah, and the
Dungeons
sad
and
part is
Dragons.
I had all of them. I took them over to my buddy's house to stay for a weekend. I
Yes.
forgot to take them back. And then my buddy's mom didn't like them. She threw them all away.
oh,
My whole collection. Like, I'm still sick over it today.
My
Yeah, for
heart,
sure, that-
my Dungeons and
I mean,
Dragons
who
heart.
does that?
Sickening moms who don't care. Come on, Milton.
okay. So
come on.
I would probably go. When I was
What?
a little kid, I went to San Francisco. We would always do a 2-3 week vacation in San Francisco, and my uncle bought me this cool black toy machine gun, one you like pulled back, and then you're shooting
Was
it.
that 30 cal, 50 cal?
No,
You know
it
what
was just like I don't even know what it was.
It was American though, right? Was it
Probably.
American machine guns? It's probably a 30 or 50 cal. I know my guns, dude.
Yeah,
trust me.
and I just remember always going because we were
That's
traveling
toy
in the
50.
car and just like cocking it back and like gunning all the cars that were around me, and then I think like, man, that would be crazy today. Like,
Don't do that today. You'd be called like there's a terrorist with a gun in his car.
Can you imagine that?
the police would
Somebody
be
in the
calling
back
you,
like gunning.
Yeah,
exactly.
not anymore.
You get pulled over and arrested. But
Yeah.
this is the 70s and 80s.
No one cared,
Where you could do whatever the hell you want for the
Before
most
PC
part.
happened,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Up until the 90s when PC took over. But yeah, that's why I love the 70s and 80s. That the loose regulations on.
There was no Karens yet.
No, definitely not. So, okay. Next question. How far would you want to travel into the future?
1,000 years.
Oh my God. Are you serious? Mm-hmm. Do you know the dangers that come with that?
I know, but you never said any. You never said any of the tropes. You never said there's any dangers. You just said how far would you like to go? I want to go where
Okay.
we're actually doing space travel.
Okay.
Like actual interstellar space travel. We're gonna have to have something near the speed of light or faster than light
Would you
speed
be,
travel.
I mean, okay, let's go back 1,000 years, right? We're in 2021, so 1021. I mean, you're talking like medieval times.
Yeah, I
like
know.
imagine taking one of those
3021.
people, tossing them in here where there's like
I wanna see it all.
cars and
Yeah.
jets.
I want to
and-
see it all. Yeah.
Oh,
3021. I want
And-
to see what it looks like.
Dude, and I would be deathly afraid that
would.
if I jumped over there,
Hey,
I wouldn't.
then I would get some type of
You never said any of that. You just said how far in the future would you like
Hey,
to go. You
no,
made the question too
when
open
you
ended.
get there, tell
You
Buck
made it too
Rogers we
open-ended.
said what's up. Man.
I will. Yeah.
oh yeah, the
2021.
yeah.
Actually, give Prince Amidala our number.
Yeah, that's the questionnaires' fault, by the way, viewers. He made the most
Okay,
open-ended
okay.
question with no consequences. So that's his own fault.
Okay, that's fine. 1,000 years. Wow.
2021. I want to see what's going on.
You better hope that there's an Earth.
Yeah, I hope they're still left. Please.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
what if you show up, it's
then I
just a-
jinxed
jinxing it. You just jinxed it.
Yeah, what if you show up? It's just a big void. Well, I'll go with Chris because you're gonna need
Okay.
a chaperone just in
Okay,
case.
okay.
Oh, I
So
appreciate
it
that,
always
buddy.
should be the rule of two.
The rule of two,
The rule
for
of
sure.
two.
Yeah, don't touch that.
All right. For me, I would just try to sort of play it safe and go 20 years to where I'm sort of still familiar with stuff.
3041.
Maybe pull a Back to the Future 2 thing, where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, who's won the World Series? And
Yeah,
Super
if you can
Bowls
get that
and-
sports almanac.
Yeah, and bring it back with
That's
me.
right.
It would
Hey,
kill
you
sports,
cheater.
though.
Just
So
don't put it in
would.
your back pocket. I mean, you don't roll it up. First of all, it's a book, and you're
Yeah.
rolling it up.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And you can't put it in
That's
your
a pet
back
peeve.
pocket. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
So yeah, that
20 years.
I mean,
Boring.
Am I willing? All of us love sports. That's
Yeah.
why we're doing this podcast. I
Yeah.
mean, would it?
Imagine sports in 1,000 years. Super Bowl 1,000 and
Oh,
what?
my
60?
God.
1060?
Honestly, I don't think it exists anymore.
Yeah, it would.
Okay.
Yeah, it would.
All
Hey,
right,
they still
all
have
right,
sports.
well,
They
all
have
right,
the
I'll-
ancient Roman, like they still do the Olympics.
All right,
And
I'm gonna
that's
send
ancient
you
sports.
and Matt Gucciani 1,000 years.
Yeah,
to the
I'm going to see
future
the Super
and
Bowl 1,000 and we're going to
See
cheer.
what disease you guys bring back, and in fact, it'll be like 12 Monkeys type stuff.
Oh,
you know?
God. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite sci-fi Terry Gilliam
I just
movies.
watched that the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You know another movie I saw, jumping on another tangent,
Yeah.
and I wanted to save it for a segment of movies that millennials should watch.
Hey, I'm a millennial. I've watched movies you guys have watched
I know that's
in the
true.
50s. Come on now.
You've even gone further back than what I have. No, it was a director's cut, and it was on. It was late. Is The Warriors?
Oh, okay.
Have you ever
I definitely
seen that
watched
one?
That. I've
I
heard
just
of it.
watched
but
that.
need to
I
watch
just
it.
watched that a few weeks ago.
Oh, did you?
The
Yeah.
Warriors Uncut. Okay, now
Yeah,
I watch
I
that with you
thought
guys.
it's the action scenes
Yeah.
and the way they're dressed
Okay.
and just like
Oh, dude, the guy from Xanadu's in it, man. He's the main guy.
yeah,
And their little cut, and dude, the way they walk around the subway.
yep.
Like full on 80. Come on, listen. Who gets in a brawl in a bathroom in roller skates? That's pimp.
What? Man.
Yeah. So watch it.
Hey, it ain't like
Millennials.
it's not a drive-by shooting that. It's like a roll-by stabbing.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's funny because the famous line from it, "Come out and play," doesn't happen until the last 10 minutes of the
Are
movie.
you
But
serious?
that's all I'm gonna
No
say.
spoilers.
So, yeah.
When you said Warriors, I immediately thought of the movie
Yeah,
Zulu.
okay, and the dude, and the guy
yeah.
says that
Uh-huh.
he's the antagonist in.
I've seen him before. Where's he
Yeah,
from?
he's in the Schwarzenegger movie.
Really? He's an antagonist in a Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh.
He's in Commando.
Oh, Commando. Okay, I thought you were gonna do
Sally,
one of those
he's
ones.
Sally.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I look at all those people and I'm like, God, they all look familiar.
Yeah,
You
man,
know,
remember?
bunch of them.
Hey, Sally, this is my weak arm, Sally.
You've seen Zulu, right?
Yes.
Rourke's Drift.
It's been a while, but I've seen it. I like those like British fighting the Zulu type
Yeah,
movies
remember the
of
last
70s,
15
maybe?
minutes when they're fighting to the death, and then
Yeah.
they think they're gonna die, but they're actually saluting them.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
they turn chills, man. Like we said, Warriors, like, oh, okay, I want to watch that. And
For
then you said rollerblading stabbing, so I'm like, never mind.
No,
Watch
it's
Warriors,
not.
dude.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
it's not rollerblades, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
legitimate, like roller skates.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Four wheels.
It's a classic. And you know
Two
what?
and two.
And you know it's a good movie because Tomato Rotten Meter, whatever it's called,
Yeah,
had an
Tomato
88, and then the viewers was 88. So
Yeah.
it's like solid, like
Solid movie, okay.
Yeah, the people reviewing movies love it. Just everybody. So
Dude,
yeah.
they're wearing their
Yeah.
vest cut, no
yeah,
shirt,
no shirt. Yeah, and the subways
hair's
in New York.
all like some of the guys'
Some
hair
of
is
the-
just like a big cue ball.
1979. Yeah. So, anyways, it was fun
continue,
watching
yeah.
that movie again, and I figured you've seen it at least several dozen times. All right. Next question. Okay, you get to choose a superpower for life. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see. So these are the 4 choices. Okay.
Okay.
Strongest man on earth. Okay. Sexiest man alive, which means you can get any girl you want. Fastest man on the planet, or the smartest man alive. Go, Chris.
I have to go with fastest man on the planet, because you know what they say in superhero movies? Speed kills. And if you can outspeed your opponent, they have no chance whatsoever. You ever heard of speed blitzing? You've watched anime before, right? Cartoons, speed blitz? When
Yeah.
someone,
Oh, yeah.
like flash steps behind them and punches them, they have
Oh
no
yeah,
chance
for
to recover.
sure, absolutely.
You can't beat me if you can't catch me.
Okay,
You
so
can't
you're
even
going
touch me.
Levi on people.
Yeah, you can't even react. It's too late. I've already hit you.
Okay.
And you try to hit me, I'm gone already.
All right. The one thing that I would worry about is if you're going too fast and then something sideswipes you, because you don't have the superpower like Flash, or the superheroes. Meaning, like, if you get hit, you die.
True, but you said super speed, which means I have super speed reaction as well, which means my
Okay,
reaction speed will
okay,
also be
all
up.
right.
So you can't
Well
hit me,
played,
dude.
well
you
played.
can't get me, bro.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it on
Hyper reaction speed.
There you
Yeah.
go.
what's
Excellent.
that series? Is it on Prime Video?
Yeah. What about it?
The one where it's like the heroes, but they're like anti-heroes.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Here we
you just
go.
made me think of something.
Yeah.
Okay, in the first episode,
Uh-huh.
dude just got
Speed
super
blitz?
speed. He
Uh-huh.
runs right through a lady because he's not paying attention.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's what
god!
happened. Yeah.
And they just
Whoa,
explodes her.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're going super speed.
Yes.
That's on Netflix or Amazon?
Amazon
I think it's
Prime
on
Video.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I think I
Video.
know which one.
Did you
you're
tell me? Wait,
Yeah.
how fast am I
Terrible.
going though? You didn't say how fast I could go. Faster than light?
I don't know.
Because the Flash goes
Yeah,
faster than light.
Yeah, I mean,
Golden
Fla-
Age Flash goes faster than light. Just letting you
Flash
know.
speed, yeah.
Okay, he can literally reverse time. You saw the Snyder cut, right?
Do
Of
what
Justice
you want
League?
with it.
He literally goes so fast he reverses time. Okay, well, I win. There's no chance. You're standing still to me when I'm going faster than light. I'm like,
All right,
oh.
well
Like,
answered, well played. How about you,
Indeed.
Gooch?
the gooch.
Man, that's a toss-up.
Those 4 are really hard to choose from, actually.
It is because like, oh god, I mean, being the smartest man alive,
Like Tony Stark
you
level?
control
Yeah.
the fastest man, the strongest
Yeah,
man.
you
You
got
control
me.
everybody.
Yeah, I'll do what you say, buddy. You win.
But you're so smart
Yeah.
that people don't understand what you're saying, so you're sort of...
That's not necessarily true, because if you're that smart, you can dumb down your words, because a smart person
That's
can
true.
do that.
Yeah,
It's
because
called layman's
you'd
terms
be
for
able
a
to
reason.
pretty much
Yeah.
manipulate or
Yeah.
like you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But that's hard work. I'll probably go with that.
Okay.
It even as enticing being the strongest man in the
Yeah,
world
yeah,
would
or
be,
sexiest
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, to be like the Hulk, like
Hulk
in
smash.
Secret Wars, if you have that comic book, the original Secret Wars, one of the best covers is he's literally holding up an entire planet on his back.
Yeah. Did you see the
I mean-
one where Hulk can literally lift the whole planet? by
Yes, if
himself?
you
Yeah.
can lift a planet, I mean that's
Hulkbuster
pretty
Hulk.
badass if you
Yeah.
could lift a planet. So,
Okay, so which one are you going with?
oh man,
It's tough, right? Because they're
I mean,
all...
to be fair, the smartest one, you could also get psychic powers, because you said the smartest, which means he has 100% of his brain.
yeah, but then
power.
you be
get
gadget
psychic.
based and like Lex Luthor when he's in like his little
But you
his
get telekinesis,
power
bro.
suit.
You can throw people, bro.
That's
Going
whatever.
Xavier.
But the
Xavier
cool
level.
part is the cool part. Then you'd be like Iron Man.
Exactly.
And you
see?
make your own stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
Iron
go
Man.
with smartest
Yeah,
man because
okay.
then you can be basically Iron Man. You can make your own suit. You can
Exactly.
That's
you could
true.
be Tony Stark, bro.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
a
You
good
would.
one.
Yeah, good
So
choice.
yeah, I'm gonna go with that because essentially you could be. I mean, he's smarter than Batman, but Batman's very smart and he makes all his own stuff. But then take it to the next level. Tony Stark. I mean, who wouldn't want to be
Exactly.
Tony Stark? Because
Yes.
Tony Stark, arguably, he's got his suit.
He's the
he
smartest.
is pretty sexy.
Yeah.
He gets all the
That's
chicks.
true. That's true.
Man,
he is
man.
everything.
I'm going
all
Tony. Yeah,
of
I'm
one.
going
a
Tony
player.
Stark style.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean they're all enticing. I'm probably gonna go sexiest man alive. I'm a Leo.
You freaking Leo, dude.
I know. I mean, just to get that much attention. Sorry, you know.
Yeah,
it's as
so
simple as
back
that.
to your super speed.
Yeah.
On Amazon
Faster than
Prime,
light, yeah.
that show is called The Boys.
The boys.
Oh, the boys. Yes, is it? Okay, I think I know which one you're talking about.
He doesn't pay attention. Like if you go fast as
Yeah,
speed
so
of light, you're gonna kill someone.
they're
Yeah, you
like
atomize them.
superheroes.
Yeah.
They're like superheroes, but they're very irresponsible superheroes,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
they're not superheroes to help everybody else. They're superheroes to help themselves out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anti-hero. Yeah.
They're like totally anti-heroes,
Vigilante,
and like literally
yeah.
like in the first few minutes, the speedster just
Kills,
literally
yeah.
runs right.
That's
the guy,
hilarious.
Okay, listen, I'm a spoil. Sorry,
Okay.
spoiler alert.
All right.
So this guy and this girl are going to the store, and he goes to reach out to help her up the curb,
Yeah.
and dude runs right through. He's holding her arms. That's all. He just explodes.
That's
her.
why I gotta have hyper speed reaction, or you
Yeah,
can't
man.
actually
You
move.
like you gotta.
Yeah.
Hey,
You gotta know what you're doing. Mhm.
Okay.
No, the
All
thing
right.
that's
hold
more.
on. Well, hey, listen. What did Uncle Ben say?
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly, man. Come on. That's like rule number one.
But also with that,
Yeah.
with hyperspeed, I also get amazing deceleration too. I can stop literally instantly. That's actually
That's-
more powerful than going faster.
Okay.
Being able to stop that fast, I can
played.
dodge everything.
I thought with these different sort of scenarios that I could trap you guys a little
You can't
bit.
trap a
but
nerd.
That's true. You're right. Right. No, I mean, right, with all the superhero and
Yeah, exactly.
books you guys have read. All right. So question number 4, and be honest.
All right.
Okay. What? Because I got a whole list of this.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh,
What
no.
are you really terrible at?
What am I really terrible
Yeah.
at? Basically, I'm pretty terrible at schedules and stuff. Like I'd rather just, if I'm at work or anything, I just like to do it as I go, and I can, without any supervision, just get it done. Because someone at my work,
Yeah.
keeps
Yeah.
talking in your ear and tells you what to do.
Right.
We gotta go. Gotta hurry. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. So you're
work.
terrible at keeping schedules or having a schedule?
I'm at being forced to do deadlines
forced,
and stuff. Like,
okay.
yeah, if I can just
Or-
do it at my own pace, I'll get it
so
done.
you're terrible at being micromanaged.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. All right.
It's so annoying. Like,
And I know this one's tough for
Pet peeve.
Gooch because Gooch is jack of all trades.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like. There's no way as a weakness.
yeah,
What is
he
this?
does.
I would say for me
Uh-huh.
because I run like 3 companies essentially,
Yeah.
and even though I have to be very organized and detail oriented on everything,
Yeah.
the one thing because I have so much stuff going on, what I could be much better at
Yeah.
is just being similar to what you said about your schedule is being organized where I don't try and keep everything in my head. But like having everything like on a planner
Like
or
written out,
old
yeah.
school, having like a calendar where everything's written down, where I'm not constantly like spending.
What is this
brain
calendar
energy
you
to,
speak
like,
of?
keep
I have a
keep
phone that
track
does it
of
for
everything.
me. Yeah.
No, for sure. So I could be much better at that. Like,
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example. I have a big family. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. So me, my brother, and my 2 sisters, and between us we have 18.
I didn't know you had 2 sisters.
Yeah, so we have like 8. There's like 18
Really?
grandkids.
Oh wow.
And then
Jeez.
keeping track of everybody's birthdays. I like really suck
Just
at
put it
it.
on your phone.
Like my
planner.
sister literally sent me a text with everybody's birthday so I can actually put it in my calendar.
Yeah.
But I just never get around to put it in my calendar to remind me. So a couple
text.
times it's cost me because I have a rule.
Yeah.
If I miss a birthday, like I missed one of my nephew's birthdays.
Yeah.
It was like his 10th birthday, and that's like a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm like,
Double
all
digits.
right, Elias, listen, Elias, I love you.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday. But I made up for him. I said, look, I missed your birthdays, so that's like a 10-time penalty against me.
Yeah.
So there's a $100 bill
There
coming
you
your
go.
way.
That'll take care of a lot of
So,
things.
so man, I hadn't said do it, but I said, look, now I'm on notice with all the other, nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
If I mess up,
If you
they're
mess
like,
up,
oh, come on,
yeah,
pay me.
It costs you. Yeah.
They're like, hey, I hope the Uncle Gooch forgets so I can get paid.
Yes.
All right. So both of you guys sort of have like these scheduling issues of like, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Let's hear yours, buddy.
Oh, jeez.
We know you have a lot. Come
Yeah,
on
I
now.
have a lot.
Don't hold back.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, your biggest one is the jinx, for
Yes,
sure.
exactly.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. I'm obviously, simple stuff like how to do a tie.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, forget that
I
crap.
mean,
I'm
What-
phenomenal at tie.
I'm sure you are. I'm
No,
sure.
what I
Jack of all
should do?
trades.
No, here's the secret. Here's the
okay.
secret, guys out there. Here,
Okay,
listen.
okay.
Anybody listen to the podcast? Here's the
okay,
secret.
yeah.
Have me do your tie, but what you do is you tie it once, you get it all perfect, and
Yeah.
then you don't untie it.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. I mean,
just
all the
loosen
ties
it.
that I
You
have,
just
I
pull it out enough so that
Yeah, pull it
so
out
that-
enough, and it just comes
Yes,
over
it's-
my
and
big
then you just-
head.
Yeah, so I have
Yeah.
a hang. It's like I've tied them like phenomenal
Yeah.
Yeah.
once, and then I have them all hanging on a hanger
Right.
done.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I.
Now the trick that you
Yeah.
can't do
Yeah.
is a bow tie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That
my
one you
God.
have to do every time.
Yeah. Darn.
I don't even want to get into that.
It's
No,
Milton's
it's
big
kind of like
forehead,
kind of
guys.
shoot. It's
I'm
like a
sorry.
loop,
yeah.
loop, swoop, and scoop. Like,
Yeah.
to get that thing, but you can do it.
Yeah, and then as far as that, I mean, that's just one of them. But I mean, as far as like fixing anything, when it comes to cars, and I know you're into cars and lift it up in the engine or like
Just call Matt.
My dad, he's a mechanical engineer. I got none of that. So like, when it comes time to like fix stuff in the
Hey,
house,
Matt, I need you.
like yeah, I lose my man card there for sure.
Dang.
And then we end up having to pay all kinds of money to have
Hey, like
simple
my
shit
brother-in-law
fixed.
would say, he's all, listen, that's why I make the money, so I have somebody else come do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who says that?
My brother-in-law. all
Okay,
day.
your brother-in-law. Okay.
Your
He'll be the one. He'll sit there
Yeah.
and kiss the ring, and he just points.
Stop.
Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that.
Yes.
That's above me.
Kudos to your brother.
But really, he's just hiding the fact that he can't do
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, I'll admit it. I mean, there's no
So
shame
he's
in
literally like the king in role models.
that. All right, and the last question: which fast food place has the best dessert? I know we're all dessert freaks, and so this is fast food. So it's like, ooh.
For me, best desserts.
Yeah,
Can I have like a combo dessert?
sure.
Because for me, it's Wendy's Frosty with French fries in it.
Okay, okay.
Dipping the French fries
Oh
in it.
yeah,
That's my
that
childhood
Wendy's
right there.
Frosty oh,
With
so
the French
good.
fries in it.
Okay.
Just dipping, that's
Yeah,
it.
and people do
I
it. It's
can't.
not like,
Yeah.
oh my god, you're weird. Like I've heard that. And
No,
I'm
my
sure-
kids all do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
kid thing.
that's
I'm like, I
hardcore.
can't.
for sure.
They're constantly, because remember, my wife's like basically a fitness model, and they're not allowed to eat that stuff. So when they can talk her into like a 4 for $4,
Yes.
it's always like 4 for $4 with the frosty.
Yeah, yeah.
And I make sure I have them fries.
Fries, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trust me, dude.
No,
Yeah,
that's a good
you
one.
have to, yeah.
Hey,
Can't argue with that one, man.
no,
Foodie,
no,
man.
I can't.
Man.
What are you, Matt?
For fast food place,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
fast
go.
food
So we're
place,
going
yeah.
fast food.
Like a drive-through kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go on one that's very like specific to
Oh?
San Diego. How about the shakes that they make at Beef and Bun?
Beef and bun shakes.
I
Beef
haven't been to Beef
dude,
and Bun.
Me neither. You gotta take us, Matt. You
Dude,
gotta
Beef
take
and
us.
Bun
We're
shakes.
noobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
They're
the
like-
ultimate shake?
They're
Really?
like the old school, like the handmade.
Okay.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
legit.
I'm in
Like
on that.
Fuddruckers style, when Fuddruckers was around.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, if we're gonna go fast food,
Rest
it's
in
kind of
peace.
hard pressed to find
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
fast foody. But I would say, yeah, the Beef and Bun shake. Is
All right,
pretty
Matt. You
bomb.
gotta treat us sometime to some ultimate shakes.
Exactly.
I'll pay you
That's
back.
a- there's
Because
nothing
I'm
like a
not-
good shake.
Because we're
Yeah.
not considering.
Uh-huh.
Just for the record, we're not considering like Dairy Queen and Foster's Freeze and that type of stuff, correct?
No, that's not fast food in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not
No.
sure if
That's a
fast
dessert.
food.
I mean,
place
they
with
do
snacks.
sell
Yeah.
like food, but I always
Yeah.
think it's weird that
I
they
sit
sell
down,
like
though.
corn dogs.
Yeah.
And, like I'm like,
Yeah, that's
who,
not
hold on,
fast
who goes to Dairy Queen and is like, man, I want a Dairy Queen burger.
Yeah,
No, I
think-
don't.
think
I go
it's-
there for the ice cream, so I don't.
Yeah,
count
like
that
I
as
don't
fast
understand
food.
the whole food
Yeah,
part of it.
That's true. They should stick to.
I'm like, listen,
the-
I don't want your fries, I don't want your burger, I don't want your weird corn dog.
Yeah,
like, just
I want
stick
your
to
ice
your
cream.
stick
Yeah.
to your nice
Blizzard.
frozen treats,
Yeah.
okay? That's what we want.
For
Dairy
sure.
Queen
I totally agree. Like,
how about
you
you?
don't go to a place and get Mexican food when you're at IHOP, you know?
No.
It's just not going to turn out well.
Nope.
Yeah, you got to specialize in it. Okay.
Milton doesn't have one.
No, I do. Sorry, I was getting ready to transition to the next thing. I would probably say Taco Bell, the Cinnabon Delights, the nice cinnamon sugar, and then the...
Oh yeah, I haven't had this in a long time.
They're really good. And then with the melty...
Yeah, you're talking about stuff I'm just 100% not allowed to eat.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hopefully she's not listening in.
You've never had them?
No.
Really?
Okay,
have
treat
had
us.
them?
I've had them. If you
Okay,
treat us
yeah.
to your
Yeah.
Yeah.
shakes, we'll treat you to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Exchange. Okay.
Next, we're going to our 5 favorite sports moments. They could be for us personally, or maybe something that we saw that we were still sort of impressed by. You said you had...
44 minutes.
Okay, perfect. We're doing
Yeah.
great on...
Oh, I had some. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
want to go first, Matt? Or do you want me to go?
No, you go,
We
and
have
then
shared
we'll-
stuff.
Okay, no, it's okay.
So it's not in order or anything.
No,
it's
it's
just
fine.
the 5
Doesn't
at the
have
top of
to
my
be,
head.
yeah.
Off the top of my head. The first
Uh-huh.
one is obviously LaDainian being lifted by Rivers,
Yeah.
Gates, Marcus McNeil, all that great offensive line. I
Yeah.
wish we had it back again. Actually, we kind of do. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's revamped.
We're just revamped now. But when they lifted him and he broke the record, and the whole stadium is standing ovation, cheering, even the other
Yeah.
team.
I remember that.
Even
day.
the other team's fans were standing because he broke the record.
No, he's got
Chills.
his arm up
Yeah.
with the football
Yeah.
in his hand. That's like an iconic
Yeah.
picture.
Yes.
And he's pointing down at his team, by the way. He said it wasn't about me, it was about the team. He was pointing out at the team.
100%. He's
And
very
everyone
humble.
chills.
And-
Just
That's also on my list, and I'm
Yeah.
going to expound on it. So that happened December 10th, 2006.
Dang.
His 29th touchdown.
yeah, 29.
29th touchdown to break the record. But did you know in that game,
Yeah.
he had 3 touchdowns?
Wow.
2 of them late. He
Yeah,
had
yeah.
2 of them that he scored within 47 seconds of
Yeah,
each other.
because of Sean Merriman getting the fumble strip sack
Wow.
off
That's pretty
of
good to
what's
score
his
2
name?
touchdowns.
In 47
in 7
seconds.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he went, and everyone knew
That's
he was
And
going
sets
to
the
it.
record on top of it.
Yeah,
A record that I don't think is going to be broken just because
No
of
way.
the devaluation of the running back today.
Yeah.
I mean, 29.
29
30
rushing
touchdowns.
and then
You're
5
lucky if you get
receiving.
15 or 16.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
even that's. I mean, I would like to know what
Yeah.
running back last year had the most touchdowns, and
there's no way they got over 20.
I can't even think. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he
he's
had 29
probably-
rushing and he had 5 receiving.
Wow. Yeah, and then he probably like
And he
threw
had,
one,
I think
right?
he had 2 or 3 throwing too. So technically it's
Yeah,
like
I know.
37. No way, anyone's gonna break it. Anyway, my next one
Yes.
is the Iron Bowl. I don't know what year this was, but
Oh.
this is a big one for me.
Loved
Alabama versus was it Auburn, right?
Yeah, yeah. The
And he
hated
kicks-
the Iron Bowl.
He tries to kick the field goal or whatever, and he misses really bad.
Yeah.
And the Auburn player gets it like 110, 109 yard, whatever,
Yes.
runs all the way back. And the Alabama fans are like
Oh yeah.
crying in shock and everything and horrible, and they tear down the goalpost or whatever. Oh my god, like that's crazy.
It's awesome.
On
Anytime
TV.
Alabama
Yeah.
shits their pants,
It gets
I
lost
love it.
to
dude.
Auburn, yeah.
F Alabama.
Hey, Chris, to answer your question, last year, the most rushing touchdowns
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
was Derrick Henry at 17.
Okay, so it was in that teen. I had
still not in
15.
the 20s.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be broken anytime soon.
No.
I don't think ever.
because
at this point.
Derrick Henry is more of a pound and ground. I mean,
He still has the speed though.
He does, he
Yeah,
does,
He's got the
but,
burners,
yeah.
which is why he's scary because he's huge and he's got the burners.
Yeah, but it's like a
Yeah.
slow sort of like beat you down type.
LT was
running.
Mr. Everything. That's what the commentator used to say. Remember our commentator used to have
And Derrick Henry isn't much of
Mr.
out of the
Everything.
backfield, right? Like getting not. I mean,
pass. Like, he's
receptions?
not
Not really, right?
He can though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'd
he
be
can.
scared of trying to tackle him after he
Yeah.
got the hell no. I'm like, okay, bye. You can stiff arm me. Okay, have a good day. No, LT
right.
was everything. He could do everything.
All right, so
Blocking,
far
passing.
you're two great ones. What do you got for your?
Third one,
Uh-huh.
this one, it's because it's emotional to me because obviously Kobe died. His last game when it didn't matter, they weren't gonna make the playoffs, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he does his last points, and his last pass was an assist to what's his name?
Dude,
The guy did. He did his last move, or his last assist. I'm trying to remember his teammate's name.
Did he score like 60 or something points?
Yeah,
in his
he had
last
60.
Game?
He had 60 points,
Okay.
and then when he left
Yeah.
to go back to the bench, whatever.
Yeah.
It's almost like he won the game because everyone flooded onto the
Yeah.
court, and the game wasn't even over. The other team already gave up. They didn't even want to play no more. Everyone was flooding.
Okay, so
around
that's your Kobe moments.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone was crying. I was crying. Like I don't care what it says.
On the Mount
It's
Rushmore of
The
Dude,
Mount
it was-
Rushmore
that was a
basketball
pretty
players.
phenomenal. That would, I mean,
His last game. 60
I recorded
freaking
it,
points.
and then my wife cleared out the DVR and erased it, and I was
Oh.
super pissed. I'm still pissed that you just remind me how pissed I am. Because I
When
want
you
to go back
today,
and watch.
be like,
Because-
why did you
Honestly,
erase?
that was the culmination.
of Kobe.
That,
Yes,
I mean,
yeah.
you could not have put an exclamation point on a Hall of Fame career,
Career,
one of
yeah.
the greatest careers of all time, than that game.
He showed everyone.
Like he showed everyone, look, man, I'm
still
gonna
the
go
Mamba,
out.
yeah.
I'm gonna go out on top. I'm gonna go out like Jim Brown did. I'm gonna go out like Elway and Manny
Yes.
did. Like I'm
Yes.
gonna show everybody
Yeah.
I'm still the king.
And I haven't trailed off. I'm
No,
just
dude, it
retiring because I
that
want to.
game was epic. Dude, that whole game, I was just on the edge of my couch the entire
yeah,
game.
everyone was.
Just it was it
Because
was
you guys
awesome.
knew that was the last game,
yeah,
right?
and
Okay,
and
yeah.
the celebrities too that were on the court,
Yeah.
the ringside,
Everybody.
all those famous
All right.
people just to
Oh,
see
and
Kobe.
who were they playing?
I forgot who it was.
I know who it was.
Who? Was it your favorite? Who
No.
was it?
Sacramento Kings. No, I'm just.
No, it was
was it?
Milton's.
Milton's
Oh,
team?
was it the Jazz?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it the pasty faces Utah
Yeah,
Jazz? Of course it was.
exactly.
Do you okay, here's my question to you.
Yeah.
Do you think the Jazz gave up knowing it was his last game and let him get those points? Honest question.
No, no.
Did they
no,
go
okay,
easy
no,
on
no,
him knowing?
No real.
Because
no
they didn't
real
have the playoffs,
competitor's
did
gonna
they?
do that. No way.
They weren't that
But they didn't
good
have a
back
playoff either,
then,
though.
like they are now. So
Okay.
like,
Do you think they really were trying? They just didn't have a
yeah,
chance
they
against the
just-
Mamba?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he just went like Mamba mode, man. He just like killed
He
it.
was playing for something the Jazz weren't. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
And no one was gonna stop him.
Okay,
on
I
his
just wanted to
last
see
game,
if they
yeah.
were giving him the
Yeah,
easy
even if
card
they gave
pass.
the best
Yeah.
effort, it didn't matter.
Okay, my fourth one. This one's tough for me because I'm trying to remember like greatest sports moments. For me, the last Masters that Tiger Woods got, the green jacket he got.
Oh, okay. So sort
What
of
year
when he
was
was
that?
written off.
Yeah,
and like he
and he
was
made the
done.
comeback.
He's
Yeah,
not going
and
to win
he-
another major.
and he was
and then
down the
yeah.
whole time, and he came back and won at the
Okay,
end.
all right, that's pretty epic.
That gave me a lot of
was
chills.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he got the last thing in and he did the fist pump, and
No,
everyone
and
was,
then his
yeah.
kids are big enough that they can
Yeah.
Yeah.
appreciate it with
Yeah.
him.
and everyone thought he was done. How long had it been? Like 8-10 years since he got his last
Yeah,
one?
it
he was like,
he
oh,
was
he's
written
done.
on all ESPN,
Yeah. And he
even
won.
I thought like
Yeah.
he's done. Yeah.
But no, Tiger's like, hold
Yeah.
my
and,
5
and
iron.
to win the Masters,
Yeah.
the biggest one of them all.
Yeah, in front of everyone.
For
Mhm.
sure.
And a comeback win, too.
Yeah.
Come on now. And here's my last one's going to be pretty tough for me, though. Because I'm torn between 3.
Oh, okay.
But the one that sticks out with me the most is
The Kyler Murray,
the
I can't
Hail,
bel-
the Hail Murray. The
yeah,
Hail
to
Murray.
DeAndre. You got to have
That's
that
one
on
of
your
them.
list.
Yeah, that's
I would
on
go
there.
with that one, dude.
Yeah, the
because to
Hail
catch-
Murray against the Bills
Yeah,
with
to catch
3
it,
people.
Three people draped on him. You have to have it. You're
Hopkins
a Cardinals
is like
fan.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Don't
that,
give me
that was
that.
like the
Uh-huh.
year that Rodgers did it twice.
Yeah. But Murray did it 3 times, I think, last year, right? He had like 3 games of the year with Murray in it. 3 games of the year as a Cardinals.
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, I know,
The
they did
Seahawks, the Bills, and who was was
Yeah.
it? The Niners? I think it was. I'm trying to remember.
It,
What
it was.
It was against another team. It was like another play of the another game of the year again, 3 times, in prime time.
for sure. So
So it's the Hail Mary,
yeah.
but or my other 2 that I
Yeah.
was juggling.
Yeah.
The Malcolm Butler interception.
Yes.
Screw you, Seahawks.
Yes.
I laughed so hard when he
yes.
got picked off. I laughed so
If
hard.
my list was a little
Yes.
longer, it would be on there. F the Seahawks.
Yeah. Niners, Cardinals fans like, sorry.
Yeah.
And
your
my
last
other
one?
my last one is the greatest Super Bowl of all time. I don't care if you argue with me with this. This is the
Okay.
greatest Super Bowl for me of all time. The Falcons and the Patriots game when the Patriots came back and beat the Falcons.
Okay.
That is one of my greatest sports moments. I can't believe it. 28-3. I turned the TV off.
Yeah.
I've never turned a Super Bowl TV.
Yeah.
I've never turned a Super Bowl off. I'm like, oh, the Patriots are gonna
Oh,
lose.
yeah.
I come back, 31-28, and it's like
Yeah.
the Patriots have won the Super. I was like, I had a face of shock. I was like, greatest Super Bowl. I'm done. How can you come back
If we're
that
going
many
greatest
points?
Super Bowl,
Yeah.
at least the one I enjoyed the most. I mean,
Enjoyed the most, yeah.
The Eagles and the Patriots.
Well, yeah, because that was a
I mean,
back and
it
forth.
was a
yeah.
college type football
Yeah.
game. Whoever had the ball last, the
gonna
fourth
win,
down,
yeah.
the throw to the quarterback,
Philly special,
the Philly
yeah.
special.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time,
against
some
some nobody. Air quote,
this good story of
Yeah.
Foles and you
Foles
know,
won.
So, but yeah, I mean,
That might be for you, but for me, it's
no, I mean,
the
we each
Dirty
have
Birds choking. Like I can't believe it.
yeah.
The Falcons, dude. What do you think about that, Matt? The Falcons. How can they choke like that?
Oh,
Just how?
yeah,
Explain to
I
me.
know.
The Patriots beat
Yeah,
them
I mean, that-
28-3.
Dude, that still
Come on.
haunts your coach, man.
Oh yeah, for
Who?
sure, absolutely.
Oh yeah, is it
Yeah.
Shanahan? Was
It
that
was
Shanahan?
Yes.
Shanahan was offensive coordinator.
Shanahan was the offensive coordinator.
And you know what?
What
I
was he
wanted-
thinking with Matt Ryan?
I wanted the Falcons to win
Yeah.
because I wanted him to bring that sort of energy to the Niners. And when
Right.
they lost like that, I
Yeah.
sort of felt he brought it with us.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then all of a sudden
You
you
lose
have
the
the Chiefs,
No,
Chiefs.
and
that one they had
the-
so far in the bag. I remember because the place where we go watch the Super Bowl all the time.
Yeah.
It's at this guy that's like, his house is basically like a reincarnation or recreation of Comic Con. His whole
Ooh,
house
I
is
like
like
that.
a
I
is
would
like a
like that.
Comic Con
Hell yeah, I'm going.
museum.
Yeah, invite us.
It's epic. Like
Yeah.
so down in his basement, he has like a 150-inch screen.
Oh my
His
God.
whole basement is made up. It looks like you're on the
Wow.
deck of the Enterprise.
I love it.
Like
I've
you
heard
walk
about
in,
that.
you
told me
walk
about
in,
it
and the
both
doors
Yeah.
like actually make the
Yeah, they slide.
Wow.
and all
Yes.
this, like all this crazy
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty epic, and
Yeah.
we actually hire bartenders to come in
Yeah.
and do. So that game is so out of reach, like
Yeah,
like
28-3. Yeah.
that we like just were started focusing on like shots and drinking
Yeah,
and
yeah, and
whatever.
then they came
the
back,
game
yeah.
was just happening around
So you
you.
guys
And
were
then,
pretty
Did you watch
trashed,
it?
and then all of a sudden,
yeah, and then
watch
all of a
it?
sudden we had to like refocus again.
Wow.
Like
Because they
I'm
were
winning
coming back?
squares.
Yeah.
It was all yeah. It
a
was
tale
that
of
was
two
great.
halves for sure.
How'd you feel about... Actually, no. Here's the thing I have against Shanahan.
Uh-huh.
You have Matt Ryan with Julio Jones, by the way, who's actually doing really
Yeah.
good at the time.
Yeah.
3rd and 8 or whatever at the Patriots 49 or something. You could have got a field goal or whatever to ice the game.
Yeah.
He holds the ball for 7 seconds and gets sacked out of field goal range. What was he
know,
thinking?
yeah.
What was Shanahan thinking? Run the ball.
He just doesn't do well
He
in late
doesn't
games.
do. Yeah, I know. Same with the Chiefs game.
Hopefully,
what does he do?
Trey Lance will be able to overcome that.
Yeah, he tries to throw the ball. Just run the ball.
All right.
All right, anyway,
What's
that's mine. What's yours,
5?
Matt?
I know we're gonna have a couple.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a couple.
That's just mine.
Yeah.
Casual stuff.
All right.
Well, the first one for me is gonna be. I'll never forget this. I was in high school, and it was the first time I ever did a basketball, like a March Madness.
Oh, March Madness. Yes,
a bracket. It's the
Yeah.
first time I ever
Bracket.
done it.
Yeah.
And that's back like when you're actually doing it, like when you had to watch CNN and watch the ticker,
Yeah.
because you didn't have the internet and it was like all crazy. So you had
Yeah.
to. So when you're trying to fill out a bracket, like just to get, you had to watch
Yeah.
like the seeds like 100 times
Yeah.
to write them all down so you could figure out
Yeah.
where all the teams were. The night before the actual newspaper.
Yeah.
That stuff that you like is on printed paper that you have to actually read, not online.
Yeah.
And you
The
could get
USA
this, you
Today.
could fill out your bracket. But in that one, I went bold,
Uh-huh.
and I took Duke all the way to the championship,
Uh-huh.
even though in that, I mean, it was like a total, just went for it.
Yeah.
Because at the time, UNLV was like a juggernaut,
Oh, yeah.
like team of all ages.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like Larry Johnson and company, like,
Yeah. Stacey Augman.
dude, nobody,
Greg Anthony.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hunt.
Yeah.
No,
Hunt. Yeah.
Nobody's gonna take these
No.
guys down.
And
Tarkanian
NBA
was just
players.
like a natural born killer. They were like beast mode all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time.
I thought they were
So-
gonna lose.
So in that, when Duke makes it to the Final Four against UNLV,
Yeah.
dude,
What
I'll
were you
never
thinking?
forget. You want to talk about jinxes
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
superstitions?
Jinxes.
That game is so close, right? Like
Yeah.
Duke is like it's like Glass Joe in Tyson's Punch Out, man.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
little
Yep,
guy.
yep.
And they're battling it and they're keeping it real close and it's going back and forth and,
Yeah. My
and
God.
every time they go up, like all of a sudden I got this weird thing. Whenever I go in the bathroom and take a piss, they keep winning. So then, like I'm drinking so much, I'm trying because it's
Superstition,
working. So I'm
love
like,
it.
listen, like that commercial says,
Yeah.
it's only weird if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So like constantly every commercial making like forcing myself to take a piss just because it's like
Oh
Like-
my God.
like
That's
it's working.
hilarious. Wow.
so when they
Oh my God.
so when they end up beating UNLV, which
Yeah.
was arguably one of the biggest upsets of all time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Really,
Two
of all
free
time.
throws by Christian Leitner to.
Yeah.
Oh, to just
Win
it
the
is
game.
phenomenal.
Win the game,
So that game right there for me
Yes.
was one of my all time favorite Duke games
Yes.
of all time.
It started everything.
Really?
Started everything.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. I
So-
didn't know that.
So that's 100% on my list. That's the first one on my list. Second one, staying with Duke,
Yeah.
is the Kentucky game.
Best college basketball game of all time.
Dude, it was
Of all
ridiculous. That's
time?
phenomenal.
Yeah. 104 to 102.
Yes.
3.
So-
yeah, with a last second shot.
Initially,
Okay.
Duke had the game in hand early on.
Yes, they did.
Early on. So my buddies somehow talked me into leaving the house to go play
Oh.
basketball because they're like,
Oh.
"Oh, this game is over.
Yeah.
It's nothing. You got
Oh
nothing."
my God.
So we go out to shoot hoops for
Yeah.
a minute. Then I come back in and look, and it's a dogfight. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "No, okay, we're not playing. We're like locked
Yeah,
in.
We're
okay."
watching this. Yeah.
So I'm like, "Man, you guys made me miss a quarter, and look what happened. I saw they're dominating
Yeah.
when I'm watching,
Yeah.
and then I leave
The
to go shoot
jinx,
the
yeah.
back, and then all hell breaks loose."
Right.
So then we're watching, but when it comes down to Grant Hill having to make that Hail Mary pass, I can see it right now in my
Oh,
mind's
yeah.
eye. The Hail Mary pass.
Really?
Leitner does the fake, turns, shoots, time's expiring, hits that shot, throws his hands up, and all those
Oh,
Kentucky
my
guys are
God.
just about ready to...
I just got the chills like run all through my body right now.
Dude, that's
It's
like...
the Jinx
fun.
Ghost.
That's like...
Yeah.
That's probably the best shot I've ever seen.
I agree.
Really?
100%. I mean,
So many things should have gone wrong in that. Just think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
Grant Hill literally had to throw it 3/4 of the court.
He Hail Married it.
He
yeah,
Hail Married it.
Married it. Yeah.
I'm just
Hail
thinking.
Mary.
I mean, anybody could have just tipped that. I mean, they had no time. Like as soon it was literally like, catch shoot.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, okay, I'm going to jump in here because it's on my list too, at the top of my list. Okay, first of all, how many times have you reenacted the Christian Leitner, where
Stop.
you catch it, you dribble back forth, and then you go and you fade away from the free throw line. How many times?
Umpteen times.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
More
Oh
times
yeah.
than I can
Every
count.
time I go to the
Yeah.
court,
Yeah,
it's just
you
like,
do it?
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just like bounce back forth. And I was in my college dorm room, and I was thinking, because the year before they had won, and this was for back to back, and I couldn't believe that it was going to end this way.
Yeah.
Because the Kentucky player did like a teardrop or something against the backboard and made it. And so, yeah. And I'll go into a little bit of detail on this game. 2.2 seconds left. Christian Leitner had a perfect game, which is something that you talked about.
What?
10 for 10 from the free throw line. 10 for 10 from the field. So basically, if he had missed that last shot, he would have shot 90% from the field, 100%. So it took a perfect game from Christian Leitner. I mean, it sort of solidified him in the Mount Rushmore, right, of college basketball players. So yeah, just like
Mind blown.
amazing. I mean, I wish I had more of those.
No, that I
Yeah.
mean, God,
I'll
that-
throw it back
that-
to you.
Yeah.
That's not the best shot of all time. It's definitely the best college shot of all time.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That thing is great. Although I will say
yeah.
another shot that I do like a lot because it's also iconic. It's my favorite Duke player of all time,
Yeah.
the Grant Hill, is in the Kansas game for the which was on that UNLV after they took down
Yes,
UNLV.
they had
Playing
still
Kansas
finished-
was always kind of a letdown because
Yeah.
really the final was the Final Four game.
Yeah, exactly. It was.
But when Grant Hill not only did he
that should be
elevate
on my
so
list,
high
too. Yes.
above the rim and catches the ball
Oh my god.
and slams that down, that's one of my that gave me chills just thinking about that play.
One of the greatest alley oops of all time.
Really?
So I think
Yeah.
it was Bobby Hurley. and
Hurley.
he threw it.
I can see him. He's
He
run.
threw it
he's
up and
run,
he caught it?
He caught
Dude,
it barely.
listen,
Just barely.
listen.
And like dunked. You got to watch the
have
highlights.
to
It's
watch
I mean, it's awesome. Like
Yeah.
Hurley is driven down the
Yeah.
left side,
Okay.
and I can see his face. He's dribbling. He's already got the look,
Yeah.
and the way he flicks that thing up there,
Yeah.
and Grant Hill man goes up on a ladder.
Yes.
I mean, it feels like dude, his torso was
For
above.
sure.
Dude, he catches
So
this
30,
thing.
40-inch vertical. just
Dude, it
grabs
was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like straight Superman. You want to
Yeah,
talk about
it
superpowers?
was.
Yeah, I do.
And slams that down. That's one of my favorite. And then when they're playing the One Shiny Moment,
Yeah.
because I love that. Every
Oh,
time
yeah. You got to stay for the one shining moment.
No, because
yeah.
when One Shiny Moment,
Yeah.
as soon as that music starts, I
Yeah.
get the chills
Oh,
immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's my favorite part of the whole tournament.
Agree.
When that all goes through, but on that one,
Yeah.
when they're ending it and Grant Hill
Oh, God.
slams it down, that's the best.
Did
one
you
ever.
know when that happened, we got this game won, or there was that feeling inside like,
The gut.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it was like the ultimate exclamation point.
Yeah.
He's like, we win.
yeah, you don't make an amazing sort of miracle shot like that.
No.
When you make miracle shots, most of the time you win. All right,
So,
continue.
so I'm gonna give one for the diehard Padres.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna go way back to argue.
Oh, boy.
I think I know where
Listen,
this
you
is
gotta
going.
think back, like the Padres, man, the lovable losers. Like they've been at it forever. Just can't get a break. And in 1984, they made some moves. They got a young Tony Gwynn.
Yeah. Tony Gwynn.
84, they got a young Tony Gwynn.
Rest in
but
peace.
they got some key free agents. They bring like Steve Garvey. They
Steve
kind of
Garvey.
raided the the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They get Steve Garvey.
Steve Garvey.
Yeah, they got Nettles, Gossage. They
Yep.
pull some guys from the Yankees,
Goose
right? And they're going up against the vaunted Cubs. I mean, the
Yeah.
Cubs were the it team back then. They hadn't won anything, but I mean, they had like Sandberg, and
Yeah.
dude, that team was like,
Oh, God.
It was a
Ep-
good team that we beat, for sure.
yeah, it was epic.
I remember
so,
that.
So going against it, and Steve Garvey comes up and nails a walk-off home run, and then he's running around the base with his arm up.
Yup.
That's
I can
like,
still picture it.
yeah, for San Diego, for like old school Padres fan, that's still like one of the most epic plays ever.
Absolutely.
Against the
Because
Cubs.
that was it. They take down the Cubs. They advance. Unfortunately, they have to advance and play against Detroit, who had one of the best records of all time.
Yeah. I mean, misfortune that we
course.
had to play.
It's always
the
misfortune in
Tigers
San
and
Diego.
the Yankees later
Yeah.
on. in
Always the
98,
Tigers, the Yankees, or like when the Chargers go to the Super Bowl, they have to play like probably one of the best
Niners.
Niners
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
Angry.
Yeah, so
Really, Jerry Rice. Come on now.
that we need to fix that. But
Yeah.
for old school Padres fans, I mean, that's still from my childhood. I'll never forget that. at all.
Absolutely. I
That's
remember
good.
the.
I mean,
whole-
it's right on par with like I was saying earlier with Gibson hitting that home run
Yes.
for the Dodgers. I mean, it was
Yes.
just like
For sure. That was our Padres moment.
100%. Now, the nice thing is, hopefully, Rob, we
gonna
can
say
have
anything.
many more of those
Yeah.
this year. Milton's not allowed to comment.
Mum's the word.
You know, the other one I had, on my list was the LT. You know, breaking the TD record. We already discussed that one. I mean, again, you know, just him breaking that record and the whole team rallying around him and elevating him up and you know, he's pointing to all his guys and giving credit to all his guys. It reminds me when I was doing the movie awards, and this is why this would be one of my favorite actors still of all time is Will Smith. We're doing the movie awards for MTV, and it's right after Will Smith had just done the Wild Wild West.
Oh, I like that one.
So he comes in, that they're performing that song, right? So he comes in on the horse in the whole get-up, right? And he's singing. And I was stage manager at the time. So he comes in, he does his whole show, and everybody just like lose it. The audience is like freak out and everything, right? And he comes up to all of us behind stage at finish, and he gave each one of us a hug and said, man, he's all, that applause is not for me, that's for you guys.
Nice.
It's all your guys' efforts that made me
that.
look good. And that's where this applause is really for you.
I always like Will Smith. I
So
like him more
when
now.
people do stuff like that, just like
classic.
LT did to his offensive line, and everybody,
Okay.
man, that puts you like aces.
For sure.
The other one that I'll go for, the last one of the 5, is, and this is kind of a toss up, because the first one that pops in my head is Robert Big Shot Bob. He gets the nickname Big Shot Bob for making all these these last second
big shots.
daggers. Game 4, Western Conference Finals. He gets that kick out 3 to beat Sacramento by 1 point and deny Chris Webber again.
1 point.
1 point.
All right.
How many titles did Robert? I want to say is it 7
That's a lot.
or
A lot.
6 or 7? Yeah, because he won the first 2 with the Rockets, and then he won some with the Lakers. He won something with. I mean, yeah, he's definitely Hall of
Spurs.
Fame material. I don't care if he hasn't scored enough points or rebounds or assists.
No,
or
again,
all
because
stupid
okay,
stuff.
if you go to the Hall of Fame, man, when you hit clutch shots like that win playoff games, win
that
championships,
counts for a lot.
that's
It
what
does.
the Hall of Fame is, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You should be
I
in
mean, you
there.
could put in the Karl Malones and John Stocktons that this guy had a major assist.
In that same vein, but
Yeah.
I'll, man, because it's desperation. You see that thing, like it's going in, then it just kicks out.
Yeah.
And he just hits that thing. Boom, game over, done. Leave your hand up, walk away.
Yeah.
Fisher did the same thing against the Spurs.
Oh yeah, I remember that. one.
0.4 seconds left.
Yep.
Oh God.
Yep.
0.4 seconds left
Yeah.
in the Western Conference semifinals in
God.
2004. The ball goes to Fisher.
My God. No pressure.
That's a second.
No pressure.
Boom,
Yeah.
drops
Point
it.
fourth of a second.
I know exactly where I was for that Fisher shot.
Oh, you do. Where
Yeah.
were you?
I was at what's it called? Over by Plaza Bonita. God, I can't remember the name of the place, but
A restaurant?
Yeah, the restaurant.
You were. Why were you at a restaurant? I should have been watching the game.
Yeah, no, I was at a
Probably sports
bar,
bar.
at a restaurant.
Sports bar, okay.
The one that has blooming onions and right. Is that
Outback
what
Steakhouse.
Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah,
Outback
the one
Steakhouse.
that's right in the corner
Yeah,
of the
Outback
parking lot.
Steakhouse.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
Outback
that one.
watching
Okay, Outback
sports TV?
Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm watching that and stuff, and
You're
we
like,
had
"Oh my
a few
God,"
drinks,
right?
and I saw that. I just remember being not completely wasted, but pretty gone. And I walked into the women's bathroom. Luckily, there was no women in there, and I'm walking out.
Hold on, hey, today that
Yeah.
you can
Oh,
do
you
that.
mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
that's
same-
true. Because
Today you can do that.
That's
Listen,
true.
You can
You're a
wake up
woman.
today and
Yeah.
be like, you know what? I'm just
But
feeling
back
like
then you couldn't, and I
Yeah.
just remember this woman going, "How dare you come into the women's bathroom?"
That's why you laughed, yeah, earlier. You're like, what?
Hey, well, see, okay,
But,
so
yeah,
see, here it
that's
is.
one of the
This goes
craziest
back
shots
to your
I've ever
original
seen.
your
Uh-huh.
original question before.
Yeah.
Maybe that was you had actually went into the future a few years
Okay.
to now,
Okay.
and you're just expressing your gender fluidity,
Yeah.
and you walked in that bathroom.
Yeah, you're
How do you know?
non-binary. Yeah, exactly.
Could be. Hey.
It could have.
You know, I'm open to ghosts and aliens.
Me
It
too.
could've.
Time travel.
Yep.
So I'm never
Voice
gonna-
cracks in the best.
Listen, Milton, that could have been at that moment in 2004. That could have been. That could have been you,
I
your
could
21 self, going back in time.
It could be. I wouldn't. I think we're losing our viewers there because But okay, to get back on track. Okay, I'm gonna finish off my 5 sports, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah,
Okay, so
hour and
I
10
already
minutes.
did the
Yeah.
Christian Leitner one. Probably one of my favorite like sports moments overall. It solidified him as one of the greatest back to back. All that, especially against Kentucky. I did not want to lose. I don't want to lose to Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I don't want to lose to the Tar Heels. Right? Those are the and Connecticut. Put those 3 teams. Any other teams? Oh well, you know.
Oh well.
Yeah, but there's some extra when
Definitely
you lose
Kentucky.
to those. Yeah,
and more than anybody, the Tar Heels.
exactly. Isn't it crazy that there's been probably now 35 seasons of Coach K and going to the tournament, and not once have Duke and North Carolina met in the tournament. It just
Really?
blows my mind.
Wow.
Yeah, and that would be bragging rights right there. So that's why I'm going to go to this one, being a Gators fan. Their nemesis or their rival, it's a big game. It actually, whoever wins this gets the better recruit. It's
Isn't
a
it Florida, Georgia, right?
No, it's Florida. That's the world's largest cocktail party. This is
yeah,
Florida
yeah, right.
versus the Florida State Seminoles.
Oh, it's
okay?
FSU versus
Yeah, so this was their first championship with
makes sense.
Danny Warfel, and the prior year they had gotten blown out in Nebraska. Remember when Nebraska was really good and they were just like rolling
the Cornhuskers.
they were
Yeah,
just
they were
rolling
good, yeah.
over people. I think they won like 3 championships in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So this was for all the marbles, the first championship, playing against Florida State, and just that memory of just like, oh, cool, they beat my hated Florida State Seminoles and they won. So that's that one. And the other one, I'm going to go into some Niner ones. Of course, it wouldn't be a list without the Niners. But
Yeah.
this one wasn't even my team, but it just stays in my head, and I think it was the beginning of his greatness.
Oh.
And that was Jordan's shot over Craig Elo back when it was 5 games. And he's just like hanging in the air. Remember that? Where he's just like makes that shot and they win the series. And then you would go on to see that countless other times, you know, with the Byron Russell when Jordan just softly pushes them to the side, nails that shot. And so
He's got the best like fist bump in the air.
oh yeah, jumping on. He's the one that started all
Air
the jumping
Jordan,
on
yeah.
the tables,
Air
and
Jordan.
yeah, I mean, just like how you were talking about Robert Ory making the clutch shots. There's no one more clutch. I mean, it started. I mean, even though it's the team that we don't like, North Carolina Tar Heels, but he did that one nice little. I mean, just the perfect form, you know, of that shot that sealed it against Georgetown. So.
Yeah, I mean, we you know, look, we did have James Worthy.
Yeah.
We did have Sam Perkins.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
Rick
for
Fox,
sure.
who had
I
like
mean,
a double whammy coming from the Tar Heels and then the Celtics.
Yeah,
for
so you
God's
sort of
sake.
wrote him off, but you can't write off James Worthy and
No.
Sam Perkins, and especially James Worthy. I mean, he's one of my favorite Lakers of all time. Just amazing player. There isn't anyone like
Big
him.
Game James.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
I just had the poster in my room.
Uh-huh.
Remember the old school posters when they had them like all in like some like theme
Yeah.
and they had all the slogans.
Oh, right.
So I had this one, and Worthy's in like this suit. He's got a basketball. He's got this hot chick secretary, and it's a desk. It said Worthy's Law.
I remember those because my high school basketball coach had all those ones, and he had like old school ones like Moses Malone and Gervin and all that stuff.
My
you
buddy
know?
had
Yeah.
had the Roger Clemens one.
Yeah.
It said the Rocket, and then he's getting ready to pitch. And he has a ball, and then it has like the rocket on either side
Yeah.
of the ball, like just stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
it's all-
those cheesy posters, and then there's
Oh,
the
man.
posterized posters where, like, Jordan slamming it over
Yeah.
somebody
Hey,
or making.
You know what one of the greatest one of all time
Yeah.
is?
What?
Was two. The one I remember my buddy Mike had the one with Jordan with his wingspan. It was the
Oh.
actual wingspan.
Yeah.
And he had it across his whole room.
Yep,
with Jordan
I
standing.
know exactly
got a
what
big
you're talking
wingspan.
about.
Woo.
Yeah.
But then the other one that's still like iconic to today is the bow nose, and he's
Oh, yeah.
he's like just sitting there all ripped with
Yeah.
with the football pads,
Pads, yeah.
and the baseball bat
Yup,
over his shoulders.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, the bow nose.
I could picture that one too.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
those were great posters to have in your room.
Yep.
The next two have to deal with the 49ers.
Of
They
course.
both deal with the Bengals. So
Not-
the first one was 1982. They're playing the Bengals in this tough game. The Bengals are at the goal line. I mean, I remember this like it was yesterday. and the guy's ready to score, and the 49er linebacker just stops him literally on the 1-inch line. It was like that Seahawks game. I
He jumps up. Yeah.
yeah,
Boom.
just
yeah.
and then
Stops him.
they don't get the touchdown, and then the 49ers take over and they end up winning the game, the first Super Bowl of 5. And then the other one, of course, is the famous Montana to John Taylor in the back of the end zone. I remember this because I was over at my uncle's house. He was a big Giants fan, so he was loving that the 49ers were about to lose.
And you
And
weren't.
I was so sad because the Niners had such a tough season that they were 6-5.
Ouch.
They won the rest of their games. They got into the playoffs. They had a tough game against the Bengals. But Montana was cool as can be, right? The John Candy.
Yeah.
My wife always jokes about that. She's like,
Yeah.
is this the
Hey,
one
is that John
episode
Candy?
where they mentioned John Candy? She's like, how many times do I have to hear this? But yeah. He's Joe Cool. I
Joe
know
Cool.
Brady's the GOAT, but his hero growing up
Is Montana.
yeah, exactly.
Undisputed.
Yeah, exactly.
The hero of the GOAT is
Montana
Montana.
was
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Brady was Luke Skywalker.
There you go.
Eventually
Yeah.
to one up his. That's what a good
Yeah.
student does is one up his master at some point,
Exactly,
right? That's
yeah.
the goal of it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you a
Yeah.
bonus one.
Sure.
I'm gonna give you a bonus one because
You said
since
Star
Chris and I
Wars.
technically had the same one with LT, which
yeah.
is so iconic. I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you another Chargers one.
Okay.
There we go.
And Milton just talked about like going back. We're gonna go back.
Oh, we are going to go back.
We're gonna go back.
Jump in the time machine.
I know
We're
what
gonna
he's
go
going to say.
back to January 2nd, 1982.
Oh yeah, I know where you're
The
going.
Miami Orange Bowl.
Yeah, I knew it.
The
Yo.
game that
The
no
Kellen
one should have
Winslow.
lost
Yeah, the
Yes.
Kellen Winslow.
was the Kellen. That
The
picture.
hero.
Of Kellen, that just gave me chills right now.
Yeah,
Kellen
being carried.
Winslow,
Yeah,
like gives.
everything.
Talk about somebody giving
Yes.
every single thing that they got in a game, leaving like when they say, "Hey man, I want you to go out there and I want you to leave it all on the field."
Literally.
He literally left everything on the field to the point that his teammates had to carry him off the field.
Yep. I'm surprised that didn't make your top 5 list because, like, as a hardcore Chargers fan, I mean, that's just like.
Yeah.
Well,
but-
Chris threw me off, man, because he started talking about LT, and LT is like probably the best Charger, like the greatest Charger of all time. So
I'm glad you brought that
and I was
bonus
there
one.
for
top,
that.
yeah, top
Yeah.
5 running backs. We put LT at 5.
Yeah, and I was there
Unfortunately.
for the LT
Yeah,
one. So
yeah.
he kind of distracted me from
Yeah,
going
my
like way old
bad.
school. But now as we get to sit here and you're talking, now
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
all the the synapses are firing because
Yeah.
it's still early in the morning.
Yeah.
And that play, that just to even think about that play gives me chills all up and down my back because that game was like so epic.
Oh, that was the game that propelled them to the. Not the Ice Bowl, but it was like minus 20 degrees and.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst. Yeah, the worst. Again, just another version of where San Diego gets terrible luck. I mean,
Yeah.
you got a Southern California team has to go to some place that's playing in like
Cold as hell. Yeah.
Siberia
Yeah.
conditions.
Not going to do well. No.
No.
No, I
Nope.
mean, come on.
I know.
Just what, like, sports gods are asking right now, please, one of my teams, specifically the Chargers or the Padres, if they can make it to a championship game, can we have good
A one
conditions?
win. Yeah.
And then 25 years later, there's.
No.
the
Milton,
McCree,
not a single
right?
word.
No, the McCree.
Oh
thing, so,
God,
yeah,
Marlon McCree. Why don't you take a knee?
Yeah.
Yes, because, okay, that year,
Yeah.
you realize what happened that year. Right, because they're firing all cylinders.
yeah.
that
Oh,
year.
yeah.
I mean, that was their
14
year.
and
Yeah.
It was
two.
gonna
They
happen,
were
that was
supposed to
the
win
year.
a Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Because
Yeah.
that's the same year, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Colts
Yes.
ended up winning the Super Bowl
Yes,
over the
that we
Bears,
own.
Yes, they did.
who had Rex Grossman as their quarterback.
He still had
Oh, for the
4,000 yards.
Bears,
He
yes.
still had 4,000 yards
I know, but
passing
yeah.
and 40 plus
It
touchdowns. That was his
doesn't matter.
one year.
The only offense I was at that game.
Yeah.
I was in Miami at that game.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only thing that they had was Devin Hester return that opening kickoff
Yeah, I
for a
laughed.
touchdown.
I laughed
Yeah, that
at
was it.
And that was it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
laughed.
Then it
The
went all
Chargers
downhill.
would have throttled the
Oh, yeah.
Bears
So bad.
so bad, and all I can think about the whole time.
Was
Marlon McCree.
Marlon
Man,
McCree.
Marlon
Marlon
McCree.
McCree. The Chargers would be in this game. Damn it, they would
I
be
know.
winning a Super
They
Bowl.
would have won a Super Bowl
Yeah.
for sure, no doubt in my mind.
The Patriots
Yeah. I
versus
mean,
the
one of the
Colts,
most
the Colts beat them.
painful games I ever been to was the 2006, 7, whatever it was against the Patriots. Like,
Oh, Patriots versus Giants.
yeah,
Oh,
fun game,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
terrible.
the Giants won
Prior.
somehow.
all right. The last thing, guys.
Yep.
You can take a look at this,
Oh.
and then you can pass it on to Matt. This is my power rankings. So you tell me who's too low, too high, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I can't really argue with that.
Okay.
I took a quick look. I really can't. maybe move my Cardinals a bit higher because I'm biased.
What did I have them on
lower
there?
7.
Seven.
And lower your
That's-
49ers. Yeah.
That's pretty. I mean, I put them above the 49ers because I think
Oh,
the
you're
49ers
right.
are going to take a little bit of time
Yeah.
to Trey Lance, or is it Jimmy
No,
Garoppolo?
I like that. I like that power ranking.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
do.
gonna be a toss up between the Chiefs and the Bucks.
Okay.
I think they're gonna battle for that.
Yeah, I mean, but
On
I
the
mean,
flip side,
yeah.
So it's on the both extremes.
Yes.
At number 1, 2, you got Bucks Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna battle
Uh-huh.
for
For
who
sure.
ends up number 1.
Right.
On the flip side, at 31-32, you have the Lions Texans. I think they're gonna battle for
the worst. They are.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the first 2 are locks, and the second 2 are locks. Everything between number 3 and 30, you know. But yeah, I mean, you saw. I mean, after I heard the whole Aaron Rodgers is a difficult dude to deal with, and then his conversations being recorded with Tom Brady,
Oh.
where Tom Brady was like sort of
Telling him,
ribbing
yeah,
him
go,
and giving him
yeah.
a tough time. You know.
Just go.
Yeah.
The Packers are done.
Yeah, I mean that's why I have the Packers at 21. They still have talent with nice offensive line and Devontae Adams,
Yep.
and so, but
Devontae Adams
it's a
to the
rookie
Chargers.
quarterback, so yeah.
Devontae Adams to the Chargers with Justin Herbert throwing
you
to
go.
him.
You got to put
Can you
that
imagine?
into the universe.
Can you imagine, dude?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
all right.
rip 'em
Okay.
apart.
Listen, I said it on what was it last podcast
Yeah,
or
you
podcast
did.
before.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
They're
telling
friends.
you,
Yeah. Keenan Allen's friends.
in my gut feeling, the reason why they didn't make a play for Julio
Yeah.
is because they have they're locked on
Devon.
making a hard run at Devontae Adams in this next offseason.
Yep.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Dude, because him and Keenan
That
Allen
would
are
be
like
insane.
super
That would
tight.
be
Yeah,
unfair.
it might be enough to like. And,
Make
and
the
that's the
Chiefs
thing with the
lose.
Chargers and the Chiefs is, I mean, the Chiefs are going to win like multiple Super Bowls. They're going to be
Yeah.
If the Chargers can just sneak in that
Just
one
one
time,
time and
that
get it.
one
Yeah,
time,
and get the Super Bowl,
That's all
please.
Charger fans want is one
Yeah,
Super Bowl. We're not like,
please.
oh, let's create a dynasty.
No,
and,
we
you
just
know,
want
like,
one.
Just start with one, and then we'll figure out the rest.
Yeah, can we just get one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
for
one.
Just
or
one.
Justin Herbert. Just
Chiefs
one.
have an off year. Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes gets injured for the
Yeah.
year, whatever, you know. But okay, that is
Exactly.
our-
We need do we need like a Jordan to go play baseball so that
Yeah.
so Akeem Olajuwon
Yeah,
can win a
yeah.
couple before he comes?
Yeah, exactly. Some situation like that. All right, so that is our podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will talk next week.
Yep.